Okay, let's get started. Hello, welcome. Happy Monday. So some of us it might be an admin day, some of us it might be just a regular old write all we can day. Um, Whichever you're here for, welcome. Not much has changed since yesterday. I did start penciling in a setup for next year's Bujo. I just went ahead and penciled in like this itty bitty calendars and things. I got a hair stuck to my chapstick now. There we go. So I went back through this year's journal at the front of this year's front matter of this year's journal and then last year's and decided what I liked, what I wanted to keep, what I could discard, what I needed to adjust, that kind of thing. So I've penciled in most of that. There's a couple things like I still have to go back and look up the 2025 lunar calendar stuff. But I've got I've got my calendar per se, my birthday future log-esque thing all set up in pencil. I've not chosen the color scheme yet, but I've done it in pencil. So, but yeah, so today is today's a little bit of admin day because I realized that I had not updated some things in the Bujo while I was doing that last night. So I've got a little bit of updating that to do, mostly index and like some of the longer term trackers. But that shouldn't take me too long. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. Yeah, so there's that. And then I need to be working on my zero draft. So there's that. I'm wearing it's a rather interesting pair of earrings. It's like, I don't know if it was done through like Shrinky Dinks, maybe. Let me see if I can get it to show up on camera. So it is a window with a little rainy scene. It might not. So it's like rain and fog. It's hard to get it to focus on. There we go. There it is. So it's like a rainy fall day. So I bought that at the same time I bought my sister-in-law a pair of little bluebirds that was done the same way. Okay, I have like screwed the camera up, being like, here, look at this thing so close. Oh dear. Okay. We might have to do the settings. Let's try this. So turn that camera off, then turn it back on. That worked. Y'all, I'm going to use that from now on. But yeah, so it's a sort of like rainy autumn day in the earrings because I'm like, I want that kind of day. I want that kind of cool and cozy day. So I'm wearing it, trying to summon it because right now it's 88 degrees. It's not rainy. It's not cozy. It's just the South. It's so pretty. I love that. Very pretty. I'm trying to remember. I will have to go back and check out my Etsy purchases and see what the shop name is because I don't want to just say, oh, it's from Etsy. I want to be able to say like who the person is, what the shop is. So I'll have to go back through, and I should have done that beforehand, but I didn't. Because like I want that day too. It's 90 degrees. Yeah, for a couple more days. Yeah, it's so hot. It got up to 94 yesterday. And I was just like, I did not at all want that kind of weather for the first day of fall. 89. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to 91 today. Ooh, next Thursday we're supposed to have rain. It's supposed to be high is supposed to be 78. That'll be nice. And then by next Monday, mid 70s. Ooh, I'll take that. I will take that. Yeah. But that's what I'm wearing my summoning fall earrings, and then I'm just kind of like hoping that the weather changes sooner rather than later. So anyway, here's where I said hello. Happy second day of autumn. Let me actually put the picture poll on the screen. Becca says hello. Hello. Welcome. CB says hello. Hello. Welcome. Kara says, I am poorly today. Oh no, thanks to weirdness going on with your doctor's office. So you don't have any refills on your necessary medications. Oh no. Your tendency is to always blame yourself when that sort of thing happens. I just, yeah, my dad is the same way. He doesn't like think, he's just automatically takes it until he realizes, oh, he's only got like one left. And if they don't have it in the pharmacy, or if he needs to consult the doctor before the, like, you know, and the doctor has to say like, yeah, you're okay to still take this. There's a weird delay in things. So yeah, we've run into that, but it's just because taking those necessary medications becomes automatic to you. So you're not necessarily thinking about like, hey, I need to check in with the doctor like a week prior to running out type of thing. So, and that's one of the things, oh, thanks for mentioning that, because I need to, I'm making a note because I need to put it on my calendar because we just refilled my dad's like 2 weeks ago, and I think it's a 3-month supply. So I need to like put that on the calendar because otherwise we might run into this situation again. So yeah, I understand that. So I've decided I'm going to have to start remembering to put that stuff on the calendar so that, yeah, I don't know. But his, it's become like a kind of semi-regular because he runs out of like the thyroid, and then he runs out of like the blood pressure, and then he runs out of like whatever else. And I'm like, oh, come on. It's like this is becoming a habit. So it's not a good habit. So we have to like figure that out. So Monique says, hey, y'all. Hello. Welcome. You kind of wish there was an option of party crashers. I thought about that, but I mainly wanted to do like soap opera-esque stuff. But knowing your characters, some shenanigans with dismantling cults would definitely ensue. Yeah, there's an option for sure. Your PA is good, physician assistant, but with the system at that office is terrible. This sort of thing should never be allowed to happen. After being nearly non-functional all morning, I insist on making the best of things. Yeah. And I hope that the medication can be filled quickly and all of that stuff, and I hope you're feeling better soon. But I'm glad you are here and doing your best to make the best of things. Stacy says, hello. Hello. Welcome. Currently writing something spicy for your Baldur's Gate 3 fanfic. Excellent. Speaking of spicy, but not that kind of spicy, I've seen an uptick of YouTube shorts, I guess, about people who are dealing with office lunch thieves. And so they are spiking their lunches with like a laxatives, or this morning I saw one that was with a ghost pepper. I was like, ooh, because I'm pretty sure there have been some lawsuits over that. And if the person who's doing the lacing of the lunch does not have a medical note from a doctor saying they need this, then they can be sued for intentional harm or charged with intentional harm. So even though like the other person is stealing your stuff, so like if you encounter a lunch thief in your, IRL, make sure that you get a doctor's note that says you need a couple days of laxatives. And then you can do that if you were encountering this scenario. Just to CYA. if you know what I mean. Becca says, I was going to work on Etsy stuff, but now I'm thinking I want to write instead. Ooh, either or could be fun. Jen says, good morning. Morning. Rachel says, good afternoon. Afternoon. Yeah, time zones are fun. Kara says, from the therapist deck, a beautiful pink cat says, a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. Tomorrow will be different. Yes, I like this. And this was about the earrings. Yeah. Cool Gamer says, hi. Hello. Welcome. Oh, it's 73 there. Oh, nice. Northeastern Colorado. It's the weather's okay, but we're supposed to get back up into the high 80s. My brother sent a picture of my nephews. They were in they do mountain bike racing, as well as cyclocross, and they're doing pretty good, but I don't show my nephews on the interwebs, but they sent a picture of the boys riding, and there were aspen trees in the background. I'm trying to figure out which chat it was in. Here we go. So I'll just move it over so you can't see nephew. But the aspen trees are already turning colors. I'm like, I want that. But yeah. So I would love 73. I would love 73. It's 51 here. And that might be a little chilly for my southern heart. I think the perfect temperature is somewhere between the 60s and the 70s. Like that's my like all year round comfortable temperature. It's a very narrow window. So I'm spoiled. Becca said, okay, yes. Yeah. For the next 10 days, it's going to be late 80s there. Nice. Better than the 90s, at least. You get your care staff to call a month before you run out. Yes. Yeah, for prescriptions, that's good. That's good. This medication thing has never happened before, though. Ooh, okay, yeah. In that case, like it's kind of out of the blue for you. Yeah. Minor glitches, nothing like this. You have no unexpired insulin, no blood pressure meds. Oh, that's like I would be calling and raising hell. That would not be. Your meds are delivered to you from the pharmacy. This is on the doctor's side. Yeah, I would not be happy. I would be channeling the angriest person in my family line and on the phone. So I'm glad that you were trying to make the best of it, but yikes, that's scary. Yeah. And realize it was like the insulin and blood pressure medicine, which can be very important. Very necessary, as you said. Fortunately, you're only on one prescription. CB says yes. Yeah. If all else fails, yell at them. Yeah. What if they want the ghost pepper for themselves? I think they could probably use that for an excuse. Possibly. I don't know in terms of like lunch thievingness. I don't think I ever packed that attractive lunch meals. So, plus in general, there was a limited amount of people that stored stuff in the break room. And so generally you ate with the people. So like if somebody else opened your lunch, it would kind of be very visible very quickly. So I guess I've again been spoiled and that I have not really encountered a lunch thief. So Kara says, I'm so glad I don't work outside the home anymore. During the last years of working for somebody else, I was always working solo, so only you could have stolen your own lunch. Right? Jen says, I need a part-time job out of the house just to get some fresh air and people a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I do understand that. We don't get that kind of fall here. Just green or brown year round. Yeah, no, the leaves changing is one of the nice things about living like where there are some trees that do that. You order your meds online to be sent to you. Yeah. things are really convenient until they're not, right? Advantage is it pretty much stays in the 70s all fall and winter long, which is why you live here. Yes. Yeah. And that's so many years that we went down to Florida for Christmas, or technically the week after Christmas, week between Christmas and New Year's. And it was always in the 70s. The one time it wasn't, it was like shocking. So Jen's like, you have the best weather, Becca. Yes. Sylvie says, in fact, Kara, once you've yelled at them, put the same conversation in writing. Yeah, document it in writing that you are not happy. That's also a good option. You are not happy with their organization and that they dropped the ball. Jen says, I'm like 6 hours away and it gets so hot here. Yeah. Yeah. Your mental health plummets otherwise. Yeah, for having the meds sent to you. Yeah. You hate when the leaves fall off the trees and then it rains. They're so slippy. That is true. That is a slippy walking hazard. Walking hazard? Tripping hazard. Tripping. I mean, I am my own walking hazard, so I can't blame that on anybody else. Possibly. I mean, some of them, they could just shred it, depending on the company, but you get a little tense in winter when it's icy out since you drive. That is also true. Yeah. Yeah. When we lived in Utah, it was when I was a child, so I never had to deal with like the adult concerns. It was always just like, hey, there's snow. Let's build a snowman or an igloo, or, you know, I never had to do the shoveling of the driveway. I never had to like swap the tires out or put chains on. We lived within walking distance of the schools, so occasionally when it was super deep, and it was just impossible to drive because the snowplows hadn't been by yet. We would all just walk to school in the snow. I had the really puffy like overalls, and they were completely 80s style. They were like turquoise and pink in like big color blocks. Yeah. Yeah. You did drive in the snow last year twice, and it was so pretty. It is very pretty until it starts to melt. When it snows or gets icy here, I wear a helmet, which is very smart. It's very smart. Okay. So the picture poll. Your main character has encountered the remains of a bachelor and bachelorette party. What went wrong? So A, nothing. They drank and went home and had their wedding the next day. B, the groom's side piece shows up. Dun, dun, dun. C, the bride's sugar daddy calls off their deal because she's getting married. Or D, bride and groom find out that they're half siblings. Which would suit the drama level of your story? You know, if you're writing a soap opera, I would say like all things combined. But you never know. All right, let's go ahead and pull a card because I haven't done a card yet. I've not done a card. We can't start yet. Oh, okay. We pulled the stag inverted. Stag is take the lead. It's number 58. 58. Okay. Here's our stag friend. It's the cover image for the booklet. And again, it's in the upside down position. The unpredictability of your life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or not being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all of your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You have come so far on your own wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that the spirit presents to you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met. Wait a second, that's a squirrel. Well, apparently the squirrel is also. I really ought to double check, shouldn't I? Because that's the second time I've done that recently. Maybe you needed to hear the squirrel's message again. Here's the stag's message. Others may not be as far along as you are on your journey. When the stag appears in the protection position, meaning upside down, you are called to be compassionate and patient as you find yourself leading the way. When others struggle to follow you, they may be unsure that you can be trusted, challenging you to be kind and strong, challenging your value and questioning your worth. Know that the Spirit has put you in this place at this time for a purpose and will not abandon you when you need help with your new responsibilities. Or perhaps you are actually uncomfortable leading, maybe temporarily trapped by your small self and are therefore promoting yourself too strongly, afraid that others might see weakness or imperfections in you. Let go of your fears and let the stag remind you that you have what it takes to lead wisely and ethically if you practice self-honesty and listen to others who wish to support you. There you go. So there is the stag. Stag with the addition of the partial squirrel message. All right, so let's go ahead and get a timer going. Or up, not going just yet. Okay. Six of Wands inverted fell from your deck while shuffling. No, Six of Swords. Gotcha. Okay. You have 1 hour of writing / free time, and then you must go do the dishes. Stag is such a great card. Yes. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Especially as people who spend time on the internet and who put out content, whether live streams or edited videos. Putting yourself out there means that you are in a position that you are leading in a way, and that others are looking at you, to you, and what you say, examining what you say. So a lot of that applies for especially those who are in a position of being looked at on the internet as well. So does this mean I have to write now? Is that what you're pulling? Then I think maybe that's what you're saying. Or is that what you're interpreting? Then yes. Okay. So 1, save your document if you've already been working. If not, now's a great time to pull up whatever you think you're going to be working on. And here it is. 2, make sure that you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How we doing? How did we do? I got a chunk of words, which is always good. Oops, swap my numbers around. 5-3. Okay, so I got 648 words. Okay, let's plug that into the tracker. How'd you do? Was it good? Did you get a decent amount done? Just realizing I've got some real short breakage up here. Oh well, it's probably because I've flopped it over on, I think, the opposite side of what I normally do. Oh well, whatevs. Okay, I'm about 600, maybe actually 540 away from moving this first sticky, and then I should be able to also work on that second sticky today. So that's the goal. I did look up the earrings, the sort of rainy window and the bird as well. And it was from a store called Tomka store, Tomka, and then just store. But they appear not to be selling anymore. They had Instagram posts under the same name as late as 2021, but they appear not to be selling anymore. So they had like the birds and then the butterfly wings and stuff. And so I got my sister-in-law a pair of bird earrings that look like that bluey green bird. And then I got myself the fall mood window. But they appear not to be working anymore. So I don't know where to find them. If they have changed their name, if they have just stopped selling, I don't know. But it was from an artist called Tomka, Tomka. So, the new trailer for the Thunderbolts is out. Ooh, yeehaw. See, we got 54 words. Excellent. I need to minimize my little calculator so I can see. Took a break that round after going through emails. Yep, it is Monday, so admin. Yep. You hope it's not as confusing as Eternal was. Eternals was. I don't know. You colored instead of wrote. You really should open your document. So here's the thing. I love coloring books, but I rarely take the time to actually do them. So I have like one or two pieces colored in or partially colored in out of the entire book. And I rarely just like sit down and do more of it. I would like to. I did a little bit this weekend, but yeah. Usually if I'm coloring in, I'm like, I wish I could draw my own stuff. But I never like go in and just like practice sketching, which I really should do. Or just practice watercolor techniques or acrylic or whatever. I still have not learned how to use the slow dry medium with acrylic. It's one of the things I want to do. And I've been saying that for like 2 years now. HK, hello, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Bob confused me, but someone told me who he was. Okay. I don't know. Becca says, worked on my scenes for the script that you're writing with your friend. Yay. As a comic book reader, you know more about the Thunderbolts than you ever did about the Eternals, so you may be biased. Gotcha. Yeah. 230 words. Nice. Nice, Monique. Getting started on the spicy scene. But you also got some lunch and leftover chocolate cake from yesterday. So speaking of baking, we had a box of spice cake mix. And then we had a can of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling that's already got like all the spices and the extra egg and all that kind of stuff. Just pumpkin puree, 100% pumpkin. And I was like, surely I can combine these and make a pumpkin spice something. So I looked it up and the recipe was like, yeah, just dump the cake mix and the puree together and then stick it, like mix it and stick it in the oven. I was like, this is going to be super dry if I do that. So I wound up following the instructions on the spice cake box and adding all those extra moisture ingredients, water, egg, and oil, as well as the pumpkin puree. And it turned out very moist, which is good, but not overwhelmingly pumpkin and not overwhelmingly spice cake. But I would say they were just kind of... So my dad seems to enjoy it. I think that's because it tastes less sweet than a regular spice cake. So if you are looking for a less sweet, more healthy-ish cake or cupcake, it's definitely a workable cupcake thing. But I think I'm just kind of like mediocre. Maybe it's because we didn't make any cream cheese icing for it. Maybe cream cheese icing would have would have elevated it a bit. Don't know why, but you got super tired from baking. Is that normal? I think it's perfectly normal, especially depending on what you were making, because there are certain things that when you bake, you're having to spin around the kitchen and grab things from every corner, and you're having to put physical work into things if you're rolling out dough. Or mixing, or just like the timing of everything. So yeah, baking can be tiring. Yes. Just finished season 7, episode 10 of Young Sheldon. Nice. You're hopeless at art. I'm not particularly good at it, but I would like to be good at it. So that's why occasionally I do do arty things. Like the fall branch back there under the full moon. You were told century for Bob, which makes sense. They were shooting him and nothing was happening. Okay. I'm not really familiar with the Thundercats and Eternals, so I will just take this at okay. You could tell me any bald-faced lie and I'd be like, okay, makes sense. I'm very gullible. Stevie says, yeah. You're looking forward to Venom 3 and Captain America Brave New World. But he introduces himself to this team of superheroes who look the part, and a patient, and he just says, my name is Bob. Next scene with him in it, he's indestructible, so it's kind of funny. Bob is just like this name that just like, oh, my name is Bob. It's kind of like my name is Jim, or just like it's like a random, like sort of universal Western name, just like, yeah, sure, works as a name. Could be anything, really simple. So, and I've seen this sort of like, oh, my name is Bob, and it's again a bald-faced lie from the character in so many stories. So yeah. Sounds funny. You want to see the Agatha series, but you dropped your Disney Plus subscription. Gotcha. You DNF'd Falcon and the Winter Soldier twice, Secret Invasion, WandaVision, and Hawkeye. So does that mean you don't like the spin-offs? Is that what's... You like the core of the story, but not the spin-offs? Is that a fair assessment? Guess? Anyway, let's go ahead and do the next Sprinty Sprint. Sprint. Okay, let's do the 30-minute lakeside. Okay, don't forget the self-promoting. So if you have a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, website, blog, social media handles, any of that kind of stuff that is writing adjacent, let us know where to find you. Make sure that you are following your fellow writers and subscribing if they have channels that you post on or are thinking about posting on. Make sure that if you have books out, if you have books on sale, if you have books out recently or books coming out soon, make sure that you let us know where to find you. And yeah, so let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back to that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. That was the second sprint. Make sure that you do some self promo in the chat if you have some self promo. Okay, got over 1,000 that time, which is great. Okay, which means I can move that bottom yellow sticky right there. And I am now on the top sticky, working on that one. And then I have 3 left for the month, the quarter, whatever you call it. So that means I have just 15,000, working on the last 15,000 of the quarter. So that's how we're doing. Excellent. And I'm now up at 10,412 for this new 0 draft. So that's how that's going. Okay, so let's see. Heather is here and says hello. Hello, welcome. You're talking about you're a fan of the TV shows that inspired WandaVision, so you really enjoyed it. And yes, you're working on Mondays. Mondays are usually admin for you, but you have your son at home today, so it's a potential hurricane makeup day. Okay, gotcha. You're currently looking up the 15th century version of Lotions Cream Cosmetics because right now Asterion is washing Miranda's feet. Okay, 15th century would be 1600s. Is that right? No, 1400s. Okay, I always go the wrong way. Okay, so 1400s. Okay, so are you talking about European? Are you talking about Asian? Like, which are you talking about? Indian? Like, there are very different, like, cultural situations. General European? Okay. Let's see. If you're leaning into the fantasy aspect, you may want to base the makeup on the women's subject of the pre-Raphaelite paintings. There's an option. Pale skin, definitely more like a pearl sheen than like actual caked on white. Natural brows, no obvious eye makeup, but relatively intense red stained lips and flushed cheeks. But in terms of like lotions, I don't know. And it also depends on like wealthy stuff or like the day-to-day person, because the day-to-day person really wouldn't have much call for that. Also wouldn't necessarily have a whole lot of resources. But yeah, I would agree with CB in that a lot of the things that they used for makeup would contain toxins. So in different eras, if you wanted to look pale, oftentimes you took poisons or poisonous substances because it made you look pale. So like arsenic and belladonna were some of the favorite things. But that may have been later. So yeah, stuff like that. But I don't know about lotions other than probably some sort of lard mixture. Might maybe oils, because they didn't wash frequently. It was not a full bath. They might have like a sponge bath or just like a pan of hot water and wipe down. So you might want to also keep that in mind. I don't know. I mean, multiple things to keep track of, and depending on what time you're setting it in or like how much you want to throw back to type of stuff. Monique's self-promo. Check out my posts on Instagram under Miss Ocampo Writes. Becca finished your scene. Woohoo! Excellent. Good. Rachel has been working on someone's blurb. Very nice. Keiko says, hi, hello, welcome. You have the rewrite done, but I still think it's too chunky in one spot. Gotta cut those words. And also Rachel says hi to Keiko. CB says, I think I'm just about done with this homework. Excellent. Good. Rachel says the nostalgia was also a factor in your enjoyment of WandaVision, but also the Scarlet Witch was your favorite Marvel character. Decided on the scent of tuberose and musk. Okay. Yes. To celebrate your birthday month, you're having a sale, says Heather. If you book with Heather during the month of September, you'll get 25% off of all editing services, even if you want to schedule for the second quarter of 2025. Excellent. You can reach out by DM to Heather on any of the social medias. Here is the link tree. Thank you. Yes. You already did some Googling on it. Okay, good. Asterion is very good at mixing fragrances. He has to mask his undead scent. Very good. Let's see. Some cosmetics had lead in it as well. Yeah. That was a... I'm pretty... I want to say it was maybe like face powder. Maybe. Q1 of 25. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Taking the dogs out. This next sprint. Excellent. You think asbestos was an issue in the makeup in filming of Wizard of Oz? Yeah, that would have been much later, though. Much later. All right. So, now that we have contemplated all the ways that beauty is pain was taken quite literally over the ages, let's go ahead and do another spray and tease variant. Let's do, okay, it's 2:41. Let's go ahead and do a 30-minute. It'll take an hour, but I feel like we could do a 30-minute. So if you have to go at the top of the hour, just say bye. All right, now that you're done with your co-writing project, you can't decide if you should work on your own project or switch to working on Etsy. Well, you had talked about Etsy earlier, so maybe Etsy. You could always flip a coin. Or you could write down Etsy on one piece of paper and your project name on the other and put them in front of Snake and see which one Snake chooses. Like the Babcat. So, all right, let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for your posture check. Make sure that you're not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. 30 minutes. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Let's see how we did there. We had a package come, and we'd all forgotten what it was that we had ordered. We sat there trying to figure out what it was. We had ordered a small pan, kind of like toaster oven sized, with a grid rack for cooking on. Just for like if one of us is having a small, like we want just a few fries or a few fish sticks or whatever, we don't have to like drag out an entire sheet pan type thing. And we were like, what did we order? We couldn't remember. So, but we finally remembered it. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay. 1,000 again. Barely, but 1,000. Excellent. Excellent. Good, good. I'm going to save it because it needs to be saved. Let's see. Let's see. I mentioned in the chat that Bapcat, if y'all had, this is where I was getting the idea of letting Snake choose between two things. If y'all have never seen Bapcat, whose name is Noelle, on the internet, it's hilarious. So I don't actually know how it started, but apparently Noelle Bapcat likes to sort of like pounce on or smack cards that are laid down in front of. And so Noelle's owner started setting out Cards Against Humanity. And so would like choose a prompt card and then have Noelle sort of like pat or bap one of the cards. If y'all have never seen them, they're very dark humor, but it's hilarious. And there's apparently, I don't know if a company that did shades for like sunglasses for animals started sponsoring the cat, or if they did a collaboration and have like Bapcat sunglasses. I'm not sure how it came about, but now Noelle has these little tiny round like sunglasses, and it's adorable. So cute. So if you have not seen Bapcat, I highly suggest. If you have not seen Bapcat and you appreciate dark humor, I highly suggest you look it up. Talking about asbestos, yes, yeah. Yep. Tessa is here. Forgot it was Monday. You were busy writing your prompts and got involved with them. Excellent. It's always nice when you are able to get into the zone of writing and forget about like the internet existing and, you know, just like being able to write and concentrate. It's great. The piece of homework that you worked on is for your writing group on the 10th of October, and the theme was to give an animal a voice. You love cats. I'm guessing you chose a cat then. Bapcat is funny. Yes. How he gets her to keep the sunglasses on though. Yeah, I don't know either. And that's why I think it's a customized pair of sunglasses. And I don't know if that's just like the standard for cats in general, or if it's particular to Noelle, that kind of thing. But it's really cute. Rachel says, okay, off for now. I finished one set of blurbs and working on a boxed set blurb. Ooh, but need a break. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you. You as well. You decided that Tony Stark has two cats, Pinky and the Brain, which is adorable. Yes. He's rushing to get training. Doesn't see Pinky lurking at the top of the steps and trips over, barely breaking his ankle. Oh no. Then it turns out he didn't have training at all. Oh no. Somewhat based on your experience with the flight of stairs. That's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah. But this is something that happened to a friend of yours a number of years ago involving her cat and a flight of stairs. Yeah. You ended up working on Etsy. Excellent. So you did both writing and Etsy today. Congrats. You did both. 418, halfway to Stacy's goal. Excellent. You've seen those shorts. They are funny. Yes. Yes. Sounds amazing. They're so cute. They're so cute and funny. But I just, yeah. Yeah. Highly recommend if you need some entertainment. Okay. Let's finish up the picture poll. So it's your last chance to vote. Here is the picture for said picture poll. Your main character has encountered the remains and ruins of a combined bachelor and bachelorette party. What went wrong? 33% of our main characters are in a world where nothing went wrong. They just all got drunk and then went home and then had the wedding. It's fine. 26% are tied between the groom's side piece shows up and the bride and groom find out they're half siblings. And 13% say the bride's sugar daddy ended their deal. So apparently we have a majority of good-hearted main characters who are not encountering strange soap opera-y things. Wednesdays is this image. Your main character needs a disguise with fake facial features. What fake facial features does your main character get? So, like, what kind of temporary facial disguise is your main character going to wear? All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hopefully we have started off the week on the right foot. I'm going to go ahead and save my document one more time. And I'm going to say thank you very much. And I will see y'all again Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3-ish, Sundays 2 to 5-ish. And there we go. Happy fall. Happy second day of fall. Good-hearted is great, but a story does not make all righty. Thank you very much. I will see y'all again soon. Bye.